Greetings, and once again, welcome back to, you guessed it, the train chaos and insanity. In the last episode, I went around and changed a whole bunch of signals, or like a whole bunch of train stations and stuff. And I also fixed a few bugs, not worth mentioning. And since then, I have continued to upgrade train stations and fix signals. So let's see what this train is up to. You are currently unloading lead plates. Thank you very much. Seems to be working. But of course, I have found a couple of issues, and I will also try to redesign a bit about the train logic, how things are dispatched, and then I have a maybe some time, hopefully, to start working on logistic science. First step, this one doesn't need that much latex, so it needs to remember that, okay, I already have latex, very well, then I don't need to request more latex. Good, thank you. And then let's see. We have a not drop off, but multi pickup condition. I would like that to change to 5 seconds of inactivity because these trains are not always super fast. What are you doing? Oh, great. I made that train station disappear, so okay, never mind then. Just forget that you were ever here. Then I would also like to say that this train here should actually have a little amounts of batteries on it. However, I actually don't want it to have that condition because it's time to remake it. And once again, I will just see so that I don't have forgotten anything. I don't think I have forgotten anything for now. However, where was I? I don't know. I have no idea. I never know where I am. Hello, train. Thanks for not driving over me yet. So here is the depot, and this goes and just delivers stuff that is... Yeah, currently it checks what's available and what's requested, and goes to the request the thing that is most requested, kind of those things that we have. However, now it's time to do it the other way, or another way. Because instead I would like to say that for everything that is red and green, like we add those numbers together and then we check if it is less than 0, then we want to pick it up. So what I want to do then is for the train to just see, do we have any signal that is less than 0? Circuit less than 0. And pickup is not full. And so if we have a pickup and a drop-off that is available, circuit is less than 0, bloop, boom, go. Although I suddenly realized that this can actually cause some issues, because what if the drop-off suddenly gets disabled before you kind of take that step? Well, I think I'm going to have a solution to that. Whether I include it in this episode or another one, we will see. So now I think it is time to start changing these wires. And by the way, speaking of wires, for everything less more than 0, output everything. Or basically for everything not 0, output everything that we can do. Because here is what I want to just have as like a memory for the green wire. The problem is that right now that we have permanent green signals and I don't want to have that. So I'm going to disconnect a whole bunch of the green signals. This is an unloader, meaning that it doesn't have any green signal that it is providing, as far as I know. This one is also an unloader, also no green signals. And why did I not? Just a reminder to myself that I actually want to unload this. Move those back there. I don't have any robots that can build it, as far as I know, but whenever I get there, it will. Here we have a loader. And here then I would like this to not forward this green signal. That's step 1. And then step 2. Let's see, you can probably be assigned there. So then I can remove this one. Step 2 is to, of course, I will probably have to walk around actually, because now I want to change what is being provided. So this thing should be connected to both green and red. And it should also have the condition that whenever t is more than 0, so as long as there is actually a stopped train, otherwise it should not go anywhere. Ah. Someone hadn't fixed the circuit correctly. And then this one shall also be connected to this global green and red wire, I think. This is the global red wire. This is probably gonna take some time. Of course not. Anything here that I can connect to? This one. You know what? I think I will just have to walk around myself. Assuming I can walk around and find my way through this maze without getting hit by a train, preferably. I'm still surprised actually that I have managed. And while I am here, I can ask my robots to fix this. Thank you also kindly, dear robots. Now you're emptying that. Thank you. And you should remove that. Yes, thank you. Oh, come on. This is going well or not. How about this then? Sandcasting, here we go, thank you. And then the global green. And then the global red. And then we say that for everything that is less than 0, so if I just disable this now, exactly. There are things that are less than wait a minute. I need to filter these signals. Because if I do this, then you think that you will want to load borax here, and that's not gonna happen. So hold on, I think I need to think a little bit. Okay, thought process may be finished. Because there is a way, as far as I know, to filter signals. So here, if you output almost everything, then I can have, let's see, a green wire from here to there, green wire from here to there, and no, not from here to there, from here to there. And then you should have a red wire. So this is what is requested, and this is what we can provide. So for everything red and green, red not 0 and green more than 0, output everything. And then if I switch this one again, you will only be set to those two things. Thank you very much. That works. And now I basically just need to do that all around the whole thing. But wait a minute. No, right, this is a loader. You should no longer need this in that case, as far as I know. And then you can just have... oh shit. Do I need to read train contents? Or do I just need to read, because now I have this problem that this one is global. So okay, how about we add this one here, that the t is more than 0. Because that one is global. Or local, global, whatever. Reach stop train, send to train, yada yada. I think that can maybe work. Although I don't think actually maybe you need the send to train thing. Damn, this is tricky. Read train contents, do I even want that? Why would I want that? You know what? I don't want that anymore. I don't want that and I don't want that. Because preferably this should be enough. Like, as long as it's being requested and as long as the train is here, it should be fine. So this is the global loading condition. Global condition for what to load trains with. Local condition for whether or not to load trains. Red input is what output from global condition. Green input, what is locally available. T, train stopped at station. And then we might as well add output send to filter loaders. Okay, now I have this copied and now I can stop it in robots. Thank you. Now I should be able to just walk around and fix this. Whether or not this is something that you want to see, I do not know. I think I will do one or two of them and then I will just speed it, do a fast forward or something like that. Especially considering like how every bloody train station kind of looks different. You are a loader. We can see this here, multi-pickup. You have this condition apparently. I would like to start using this now instead. So let's see, here I need more. Where am I? Thank you. Thank you. I needed more electric poles. Global condition for what to load trains with. Okay, so here are where are the global wires? Here are the global wires. Green, green, red, red. Global condition for what to load trains with. Perfect. And then, what's this? Undocumented. Okay, here at least I see that this one should be going here, which means that I probably don't need that anymore. Or do I? Why do you have? Right, because that's why. So you don't need that anymore and you should have. What's this? Ah, that's the old forwarder for providing what is available. I don't need that anymore. So here instead I should have this thing. Green input, what is locally available. And then we can just check. Yes and yes. We should apparently not have ceramic. But plastic and rubber are requested. Does that make sense? Ceramic. I don't see any ceramic here. So I guess ceramic is not needed anywhere. And the other things, rubber and stuff, is most definitely needed, yes. So that seems to work. Hopefully, maybe. You never know. Although I do need this one to stop that, and stop that, and then have that send there, just to provide the T signal. What's this? This is a loader. You do not have any filters. You don't need any filters actually. You just provide whenever you stop here because you are a trash station. Perfect. Hello, 30 rails. Thank you very much. I do like that I have a circle around my base with trains. That makes it quite easy to just go around and do them one by one. Okay, what's here then? This is this thing, so let's paste what we have here. This is a loader. This is locally available. This one is the old one. So this one is the new one, which means that we can get rid of that. And then we just need a thing for that. And then global condition. Where are my global wires? Ah, I have a radar right here. Perfect, thank you very much. That is mostly excellent. Then we can just provide this with the wires from the radar. And then we shake. Yep, seems to work. And then another loader. You can never have too many loaders, it seems. Though you can never have too many decider combinators either, but they are starting to run out. This is the old one, which we should replace with the new one. And this is locally provided. And here we have this T signal. And we inactivate those. Did I remember to inactivate those here? Apparently not. Did I remember to inactivate those here? Probably doesn't matter. Did I remember to inactivate those here? Yes. And here? This is an unloader, never mind. I'm only doing the loaders right now. And here, yes, okay. So I think you get the gist, so I will just click on this button and continue here. And now I am at the last station to fix. I am a bit slightly worried that maybe my trains have been up to no good during this time because I have not disabled the trains while I have been doing this. But hopefully that should kind of be fixable. Hopefully, famous last words. Do we have global wires? Yes, we do. Please get those here. But the train is worryingly passing by quite often. Okay, now it's, I think, the time for the test to see basically if this works or not. And that test will be activated basically by just remembering those values. So now we are loading lead, apparently. Somewhere, maybe the other train. Probably. And then we did not unload lead because this station is buggy as usual. So then you go here instead, apparently. Okay, it has been disabled. It got disabled before we got there, which is why it is not currently accepting any materials. Now we have AUG. AUG is being unloaded, so at least something is working. That's a good sign. Now you're dropping off manure because you have apparently a bunch of manure. This is kind of why I want to change this to only remember positive values, because if we unload too much, then apparently we had more stuff in the train. But until then, I will just keep an eye on this. What signals do we have now? Quite a lot. You saw that, okay, moss is being requested somewhere, and moss is available to pick up. So moss goes here, even though I don't really need it. But apparently I have requested a bit more. But this moss comes from up here, but yeah, this station doesn't know that. You just know that, you want more moss. Hey, wait a minute. Did this work? Did you get any moss? This seemed to go awfully quickly. So something is wrong with the moss loader. How about we change this to 500 seconds for a bit, just to figure out what goes wrong and where and why. I guess this will just be a train debugging episode. Why did you want to? Right, it was probably the moss that you did not have. But now you have lead, and this thing wants some lead, so you go ahead and unload lead. Very good, beautiful. And then you stopped unloading lead. Yeah, that's the thing. I remember I mentioned that in the last episode, that if you only have like a teeny tiny little bit of lead left, then of course you should drop that off as well. Okay, now you're going up here to pick up batteries. Let's see if that works. Also, this other train can maybe just stop for the time being, because I can't keep track of two trains at the same time. Yeah, well, this is not working. Output signals. Yes. Green more than 0. Oh. Yeah. Whatever. So did you get any? Yes, you got all of them. Okay, perfect. Off you go then. Go to the next place. Drop off. Feels a little bit ridiculous to have to babysit trains like this, but it's a learning experience. And assuming that this is working, then I can start working on the other things. Right, you are unloading batteries, and you had quite a few batteries, which is really nice. Now you go back to the depot. Let's see, what is our minus 119 batteries. That tells me that there might be something wrong with the battery loading station up here. Yes, they are currently not. Those things should be connected to the global green network, so that you know that, you are actually loading stuff. Okay, where's my train? Multi-pickup, yes, thank you for stopping, waiting for me. That seemed to work alright. Okay, off to the next place. Did that register though? Yes, I think it did. 141. If everything is correct, you have 141. You did have 141. I believe I had time to see that it said 141. Another way to verify is if it says 0 now, and it does. And then you apparently want to drop off antimony up here for the batteries. Yep, you dropped off antimony. Quick visit. And then you go back here again. And then next up is manure, which you all should also pick up apparently. Very exciting, isn't it? At least I think I might have found something that kind of works for the time being. Only issue is that it's gonna fill up quite a bit in the uh, trains with materials. Okay, you seem to be done here. This might be a problem actually, that if you If you just slowly get resources, then you're gonna be stuck here for quite a while. Or until the inventory is full. And I might not be a fan of that. Shoof, shoof, shoof. And something seemed to have gone wrong. Nope. I should look at the green signals, not the red signals. Multi-drop off? Ah, okay, sure. Yes, you dropped off some oak. Very nice of you. I think it might be working. Pick up moss. We had a problem with the moss last time, didn't we? Yes, and I see what the problem is. I forgot the green wire. Because without this green wire, I can demonstrate, just for the fun of it, you will do nothing. Exactly. But with this green wire, you will actually do something. So you can change this to 2 seconds. No, actually 5 seconds. Then I can see, yeah, okay, now there's a big interval between the loading, so this will work. And also I think that the condition kicked in here, because there is still moss here, but we noticed that, you don't need that much more moss. Which means that this one will go here. And then it will unload. The question is, will you unload everything now? I hope you will, but I don't think you will. Oh, thank you. Wait. It's only 1.8k here. Why didn't you not? Moss station. Now you go to pick up moss again. Why? What caused this to stop? 240. And also, will it stop again? Because now you should be able to load up to 516 moss. I'm out of moss. Okay. Then you will not load any more moss, naturally. Then go ahead and drop off that moss. I think this is working. Mostly. Keyword mostly. Then I need to deal with the mall station. Yes, yes, you unload. Everything works smoothly. You are done. You go back to the depot. There seems to be a bunch of things actually that we haven't. Oh wait, I should look at this one, of course. Okay. So how about you just change that briefly? Apparently we still have 96 lead plates in circulation. That might be right, actually, I do not know. Drill heads, okay, let's take a look at drill heads as well. And also I need to remember to change this condition. This is interesting. Why have you stopped? You have stopped because you claim that that's true. I don't need any more drill heads. I just need those 8 drill heads. The fact that we're going here for 8 drill heads, that's kind of stupid in the first place, but hey, what you gonna do? Then you can just continue on, and then this drill head place here, you should change to -50 so that you don't take out, or so that you don't activate unnecessarily, because now you're at +32. And this should also change to -50. Wonder if I could have a global value for this. Probably not. -50 and -50. Wait a minute. Do I have? Yes, it is connected. Oh, I actually am running out of oaks here. Cool. Okay, interesting. What are we up to now, train? Drop off of battery. Sure. Okay. Guess you realized that you had a battery in your inventory. Then how about we change this one now to 5 seconds. Save interrupt. Battery, proof. And is this one? Yes, that one is also set to -50. Good, good. Where are you now? Now you're picking something up. How dare you? Ah, probably trash. Maybe. Or? Oh, wait a minute. This trash. Did I configure that one as well? I probably shouldn't. I need to keep an eye on that one after you. Let's see, trash pickup. Oh, thank you, research. Trash is not at full, not at trash, not at multi-pickup. Right. Now you go back to the trash. And here is the question. Will you work? I don't think you will. Exactly. You are not working because... Let's see, that one is just related to that. You are related to that. But you... Why do I have latex here? Latex kind of doesn't quite belong here. It's kind of a little bit problematic that this station is having uh, both actual requests and nonsense stuff, or like actual requests and trash. So how about I just do something like this, that I say that you should always pick up soot. Sure. You should always pick up coal dust, and you should always pick up iron oxide. Roof. Thank you very much. And here comes the next part, that this train is starting to get full, but I will for now focus on the other train, which is at the mall. Okay, let's see. What do you have for me here? Sure, you can go ahead and drop off that. Oh, 1. Sure, why not? Thank you. Then you go back here. And then we ask the question, does the mold need anything? I bet it does, but the question is what? Okay, you're at least not going away automatically. This one says that we kind of need green less than 200. What is the green signal? Oh, it's in there. Okay, so that means that if I would take out that, then you would start unloading lead plates. Thank you. Okay, now I am more convinced that maybe this is actually working. Why do I have vacuum cubes in my inventory? Oh, come on, stop it. Or sure, actually continue, because you're almost done here anyway. And I do have quite a bit of rails after all, at the moment. Not for long, probably. The joy of robots. Happy little builders. No train, please. Thank you. I think these belong here. And soldiers, maybe? No, I want to keep those soldiers. Nope, okay. Ah, no. Stupid. That was the thing that I already tried to unload. Here, you made this. And you don't need to build this for now. That's gonna be a later manufacturing problem, maybe one day. Okay, train, how are you doing? Yeah, you're not getting anything more. Move on. Drop off borax, yes please. Then you're inactive, thank you. Going here just to unload 5 of them, that's kinda silly. But now that I'm looking at this train again, I remember one thing that I also wanted to fix. Because this train might be a bit full now. Now, clicking this thing is not easy. Yeah, it's kind of more than half full. So this leads me to another invention of mine, which I actually had quite a bit of use for when I played Space Age. Because space platforms don't have a lot of space in them, and when you go and want to pick up that valuable promethium ore, then you want to use this. So this is a little setup that I made. That I can't afford to build here because I need 4 I need 4 arithmetic combinators, and I'm missing a bunch of simple circuit boards. And our train has nothing to do at the moment. Isn't that fantastic? And there's not many errors here, but there are actually a few. Chromium especially. 4 drill heads? Yes, there is actually 4 drill heads here. 1 coal dust soot. That might just be an issue. Can I borrow this train a bit, please? Thank you. Feels good to go by train instead of by foot. Thank you. Go back to the depot, please. And then I can show you what my plan is. Oh, come on. Sure. Okay, where did you go now, train? I want to know. Oaks. Sure. Should work. Hopefully. So here we have a little something. Let's see. I would like to use probably a decider combinator to see for everything that is more than 0, output everything. And then I will connect that with the red wire, and then I will read train contents. And then I want this to be connected to here, and then I need my electricity. And here I want this to say 20, because in total we have 20 capacity in the inventory. And then the question is, where is the output value again? 3. There we go. So right now we have 20 free space, and I think that's very correct because we don't have anything here in the inventory. Where is our train? So next time you go to the depot, I would like to know how many free spaces do you have? Now you're in the depot and you have 5 free spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct. Magic! So how am I doing this? I will walk you through it, but I will also provide a blueprint in the description. So the input here is this thing. Insert inventory signals here. And then this is just forwarding the signals basically. And then this is connected to, first of all, the stack size. So this is just considers the stack size of each item, because we do need to know that. Like for example, this raw coal, we have currently 200, exactly 200, and if I just add 1 more, then suddenly it will be 4 available spaces. However, if I do this, something like this, it can't really take this into account. It still thinks this is 5 spaces because those can be put together. So stack size is important, we need to know that, and then we send the stack size to this value. So here we calculate how many full stacks do we have of each item. 3 raw coal, 1 chromium, 1 glass, and 1 solder. And that's it. And then next step is we check for non-full stacks for each item. So we basically take the red input and do it modulo the green input and then output each. So the green input is the stack size. The red input is how much do we have. So in total we have this, and here's the stack sizes, and then we just do a modulo operation, and then we find out that, okay, we have these. And then we see, okay, for everything that we have more of, for everything that is more than 0 on both the red and the green, so we both need to have at least something of it in the inventory. That's probably kind of useless, I start to realize. And then the green more than 0, so if we have any non-full stack of it, then we also could check that. And then we output, yes, we have 1 stack of those. And then we just take the green values, just summarize this count of stacks, and then output a single stack size value. And then we take the amount of stacks that we have and decrease that from the constant C, which is the total number of space in the inventory. This is how we can calculate the free space. And if you didn't follow that, don't worry. The important thing is that it works. I have tested this very, very much. So I am very confident that it is completely bulletproof. And now it seems like you are here to pick up stuff. And then you go and drop off stuff, because that is how a train works. And with this, I think I will say basically thank you for watching. Thank you for having patience with my train madness, and see you next time in the next episode of The Insanity. And just because it's fun, I will just watch this train unload, and then I will be slightly annoyed at it because it will go around maybe once again, depending on which it manages to unload first. It unloads the coal dust first, and then it realized that, oh, but I have soot as well, and then it comes back here and downloads the soot. But that's just how it works. So thank you for watching, and see you next time in The Insanity.